Okay, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a hump day edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Parish Construction and Roofing. If you need an orthopedist, you go to Brock. If you need a roof, you call Parish. Unique Physique, uniquephysique.com, Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com, and On Fire Athletes platform powered by Game Coin. Okay, what's up, y'all? Good morning. What a busy few days here. Basketball Tigers get a win last night. Congrats to Matt McMahon and the squad. Been a rough couple of months, no doubt, but nice to see him get a couple of back-to-back wins there before the gauntlet comes. They beat South Carolina 81-67. They led by 14 at half, and that lead held up in the second half. So good defensive effort by the Tigers. They shot it pretty well in the ball game as well, made 13 threes. So that was great to see. Protect the home floor and also provides sort of these levels, right? These levels of where you are within the conference. South Carolina very clearly at the bottom, winless. And you're one step ahead, but you're tied with Oklahoma, which beat Oklahoma on their home floor, right? Arkansas is a game ahead of you. You split. So, it's interesting. You have the upper tier, that upper tier, Auburn, Bama, Tennessee, Florida. You had your middle tier, and then the bottom. And LSU's in the bottom, but there's not a giant differentiation between the bottom and the middle. So, like we've talked about LSU, going and spending and investing resources in NIL and this basketball roster for next year. That's awesome. I want to see that. I don't think that's realistically going to get you to the top tier, but it's going to put you in that middle tier to where you could be a tournament team. Quite probably. So anyway, baseball, they get a win. I hate these stupid, these hanger marks. God, it annoys me so much. Baseball gets a win yesterday against Southern, run rule 13-1. And then nice to see Connor Ware and Zach Cohen go pitch for the first time. They're pretty awesome. Each went 3 innings. You total 7 strikeouts, just 1 walk on the day. We got to see Cade Woods finish it off, get 2 strikeouts in the 9th. Ethan Fry with a big 3-run homer. Defensively, a nice day for the Tigers. Chris Stanfield with a diving catch in center. Braswell made a really nice play at third with a hard hit ball. So that transition's gone really well. Tigers play again today. They're at Nicholls tonight, 6:30 first pitch. It's going to be cold. I mean, it's going to be in the 40s with temps dropping toward in the 30s by the time maybe the game's over. But cold night tonight. My guess is, again, they haven't named a starting pitcher. My guess is we see Gavin Guidry start tonight. So, and then after that, probably a whole bunch of their one-inning assassins, as Jacob Myers called them. So, all right, y'all smash that like button if you would. Subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post. You know the drill. Fire away. Anything about anything. Here we go. Hey, trivia, good morning. Everything okay from yesterday? Yes. Sorry I had to leave abruptly. So, long story short, is our developer needed to do some work on the back end of the site, and they should have been doing that work on a test site. Instead, they were doing it on the actual site, so it reverted everything to Friday's homepage. So everything we had done from Friday until yesterday was gone. It took them about an hour to rectify it, unfortunately, but they got it fixed. But we were basically out of commission for about an hour yesterday morning. So, blah. But yes, all's good now. Hey, Kelly, good morning. Brian Wynn, good morning, Matt, 2 in a row. How about it? It's good to see. And, I don't want to poo-poo it. But remember, you're not winning again. Okay? It's going to get into the finish line of this basketball season is going to be a struggle. Okay? And just being very candid. You got number 2, Florida, number 6, Tennessee. You're at number 21, Mississippi State, at number 17, Kentucky, and then home against number 7, Texas A&M. You're not going to win again this year. So just prepare yourself for it. Hey, Beyond the Crown, good morning. Thomas, good morning. Thank you. Appreciate you watching Locked On. Yeah, we talked about Harold Perkins, which I'm gonna start. I got receipts for everything, so I'm gonna start like showing my receipts for everything. So yesterday the report came out from Julie Boudouin on 3. She got again, credit Julie. She got Blake Baker on the record to say this, that Harold Perkins is moving to star. But I'll remind you that if you follow AFR, Locked On LSU, Morning Scone, this was the day Harold Perkins announced he was coming back. What I have been told, and I shared this with you, I might as well tell you everything. When I learned last Saturday that Harold Perkins was coming back to LSU and they were just making the announcement video, one of the things I was told in no uncertain terms is that Harold Perkins is coming back to play the star position. He is not going to play off the ball in 2025. I mean, I told you that 2 months ago. What do I know? Blind squirrel, all that sort of stuff. But thank you, Thomas, for watching Locked On. I appreciate it. Randall, Shaq is the king of Bacchus. Oh, that's cool. We're going to the Endymion Ball. Some of our one of our really good friends is riding in the parade, and they invited us. They go every year, and so they invited us to come tag along this year. So we're going to go to the ball. Not trying to one up your Bacchus story there about Shaq. That is pretty cool. Olivia Dunn is the Grand Marshal of Endymion, which is pretty cool. And then for the ball, the bands are Katy Perry. Who they tell me? Train and Katy Perry. There might be someone else I'm forgetting, but I think Train and Katy Perry. So that'd be fun. Hey, Seth, what's going on? Jay put together a legit pitching staff. Yes, he did. Like, there's no doubt. I mean, we talk about all this stuff all throughout the offseason, but until you see it manifest, sometimes it's hard to even believe or recognize or see. But now you understand. Like, they had the number one portal class. They brought in the number one high school signing class, and you can pretty clearly see why. Dale, is it premature to have a hotel reservation in Omaha? Dale, if you're planning on going to Omaha, I would actually recommend you make the reservation now, because the closer you get, the scarcer the reservations and the more expensive. So, like, we've already booked Hunt's Omaha trip. So just, for if you're planning on going, I wouldn't wait. Dale, it's day 44 for Jinglegate. Crank up the volume. Love it. As a matter of fact, here you go, because I got to go stop Drew's backpack because it's 7:31. I'm a minute late. Here we go.
Parish Construction and Roofing. At Parish, we've got you covered. From the top of your roof, all the way down. Parish Construction and Roofing. From your hometown, richbuilt.com.
Okay. Parish Construction and Roofing. Remember, if you need an orthopedist, you go to Brock. You need a roof, you call Parish. And remember, 2 more days to enter. We are giving away $5,000 cash over at Parish Construction and Roofing. $5,000 cash to enter. It's easy. All you have to do is sign up for a free, no obligation roof inspection and follow us on social. Do that. You're entered. On Friday, every name that's entered goes into the hopper. We'll draw. Actually, it's going to be on the randomizer online. There's not a literal hopper, but like a physical hopper. But and then we'll draw an AFR, and Terrio and I'll give away $5,000. Looking forward to it. So I just posted the link again in the chat. Let everyone know they got a chance to win $5,000 cash. Hey, Jason, good morning. Chico, good morning. You got it, man. Absolutely. I know that I'm sorry for the late text, but I saw it last night. I got it right here. I see it. I'll make sure someone reaches out. And thank you again. Chico had, well, do you mind if I say it, Chico? I hope not. He sent me a message. He said, long-time listener, first-time texter. Said, mom needs a roof. Got quotes from Parrish and from another company. Said, your estimate was so much lower than the other company. She's worried maybe there's something else she's missing. I told her there's no reason to doubt the quality of your work. What could I tell her to convince her the quality of service product she's getting? I said, send me your number. I'll have our construction manager call her and go through the quote and line by line every detail that because I don't know what someone else quoted, but we'll be able to take care of it for sure. So I'm glad we were lower. Lower doesn't always mean better, but generally, and I don't know what type of work she needs done, but generally there's like for a roof replacement, there is an industry standard price per square. So if someone's charging a higher, like dramatically higher number, then that kind of makes me wonder, like, why? What do they do? Except again, I don't know the nature of the work that your mom needs done, but we're happy to look. Absolutely happy to take care of that. Hey, Brett, good morning. Ready to see Gavin Guidry on the bump. Does Jay keep everyone in the outfield happy? Well, it helps a little bit, Brett, whenever when you keep blowing teams out and so everybody gets to play. But yeah, I mean, Stanfield right now is your center fielder. Curiel is your left fielder, and there's no reason to change that. Stanfield yesterday made that great diving catch in center, and Curiel has been really good in left, and the bat has followed. Yesterday, Curiel was. I think Curiel had 3 hits yesterday. He was either 2 for 3 or 3 for 4. I can't remember now off the top. Here it is. I'm sorry. He was 3 for 3. It was 3 hits. He was 3 for 3 with 2 runs scored and a hit by pitch. So, I mean, you can't justify taking him out. So right now you got Brown and Larson and Pearson all battling for the job in right. And right now, I mean, they keep alternating Brown and Pearson in right, and Larson's got to look at DH. He started DH on Sunday, but I think everybody's going to play a role, man. It's just when you're loaded and you're deep and you're talented, sometimes you got to take on a little bit of a lesser load. Hey, Leon. Good morning from the frozen tundra known as DFW. Hey, Dad. Good morning. Jason, how was dinner last night? It was great. Thanks for asking. Yeah, we had the Guarantee Leadership Team dinner. We do it annually, kind of like as a thank you for the year that Flynn Foster, the president of the company, takes. There's about a dozen of us out to dinner. And so we did that last night, and it was great. Went to French Market Bistro. Always a great time. Great friendship and fellowship, and more friendship talk and less business talk. But and we had a great meal. So thank you. Hey, Rex. Good morning. These non-conference games feel like business trips. Jay isn't dialed in. They're also playing bad teams. Mike, good morning. Happy to catch you during the live stream. All right, Mike, thanks for being there, man. Sean, have you been able to sell AFR and keep it fresh? Advertising is a tough and hard business. True testament to your team's work. Yeah, man. Sean, so selling advertising is difficult because, and to answer your question as short a way as I can, the hardest part about selling advertising is you're selling air. There's no tangible product, right? If you're trying to sell someone widgets, at least there's a physical product they can touch. So when you're selling advertising, there's no physical asset. So what I tell every client or prospective client is, let me be that physical asset. Like, you are getting me. Like, you're getting the full weight of my efforts, me as a representative of your brand. So I try to do a very good job of staying in touch with my clients and having touch points every week or every couple of weeks to go over talking points to make sure that I'm engaged in what's happening in their business, because I am bought in. Like, I want them to have success. I partner with good businesses for a reason, because I believe in them and I want them to have success. And if they're having success, then I'm having success, and it's symbiotic. So, I mean, that's a huge part of it. I don't just have sales reps that go sell the show and I never talk to a client. I know all my clients. So that's a big part of it. Tiger Poppy, good morning. Scott Beckham, good morning. There you go, trivia. Thank you. Smash the like button. Rex, are you concerned with the Saints youth movement? Probably be the youngest staff in NFL history. Well, they're not done. And not completely. I mean, again, NFL's a copycat league. Got to kind of look at Detroit. And Dan Campbell was a young head coach. He wasn't 36, but he was a young head coach when he got the job. He hired Ben Johnson, who's young, and Aaron Glenn, who was a first-time coordinator. Kelvin Shepard is now the defensive coordinator. Shep's not even 40 yet. So, no, I think there's been an evolution in the NFL, and you do see younger coaches and in the way that coaches handle and manage rosters and players. So, no, I don't worry about that. I just want to get the right guys in there. I do want experienced coaches. That's why I think it's important to have someone like Brandon Staley as the DC, a guy that's been a DC and a head coach. I think it's important to get the Doug Nussmeier deal finished because Doug's a veteran coach who has been in the league a long time and has been around Kellen Moore every year since 2018. I think those sorts of things are important. Hey, Robert, good morning. Go this way. Thoughts on the coaching hires? Yeah, so actually, because we're going to run out of time, I talked about the 3 coaching hires to open AFR yesterday. I'll post that video link in here if you're interested in watching it. But I kind of gave you a thumbnail on each of them. I like it a lot. Whoop, that's not. There we go. I'm bringing in. Never going to pronounce his name correctly. TJ Pagnetti. I think that's an interesting one to see what role he fills. He was, run game coordinator and assistant offensive line coach in Philly. Well, you got an offensive line coach already. So what role does he fill will be interesting.
TurboTax free edition.
Scott Tolzien, I think, is an interesting one because we know him having played quarterback in college and the NFL. But again, worked with Kellen Moore, so I like that there's those synergies there. And truthfully, Kellen Moore is working with your quarterbacks, so I don't want to say that it's a nominal title, but because he's going to work with quarterbacks. But it's more, I think, having someone you trust there with another set of eyes that you trust. And then Joel Thomas. I mean, Joel Thomas spent 9 years in New Orleans before he left for the Giants last year. DA didn't try to block him from leaving. And so now 1 year later, he's back in New Orleans. I mean, he'd been with Alvin Kamara every year of his career until last year. So he's got to try to find a way to maximize Kendre Miller and what the next era of Saints offense is going to look like. But yeah, I like them. Like the hires. Robbie, morning, Matt. Thoughts on Taysom Hill being released by the Saints? Talked about that last week. I think it's obvious that he's going to be released. You'll end up saving $10 million against the cap, and there's no guarantee Taysom's even going to be ready until October, November, coming off the ACL. So you got an aging player who had a devastating knee injury. You got to clear $51 million in cap space. That makes the most sense. James Tyrone, good morning, man. It's snowy Nashville. You know what's funny, man? So we got some coworkers that are there's a conference called CRS. I think it's Country Radio Seminar. It's in Nashville. They flew up. One flew up yesterday. Another one's flying up this morning. And they're packing for the tundra there in Nashville, which is funny, man. Couple more minutes here. Hey, Mike, no question Kelly has revitalized the culture at LSU. I still question if we have an identity to come win a championship to finesse. I mean, Ohio State's offense is pretty finesse. LSU had an offense 2 years ago that was the best offense in the country. Kind of finesse. Yeah, I think that's just the evolution of football, man. I think you just got to be better on defense. Awesome conversation with John Brady. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. John's always great. You know, I love getting his perspective on things because he knows so much, having been around the game for so long, and he's candid. So I love talking to him. Coach is great. He's always been very nice to me. Brent, good morning. Randall, winter isn't over. Brutally cold temps coming next weekend for the big parades. Oh, no. Chico, got it, man. Matt McMahon went to a smaller lineup again. They played better. I acknowledge it was against the worst team in the league. Spend the money on players, keep the coach. And that's what they're going to do, whatever you or I or anyone thinks, but that is what they're doing. I mean, I pounded this desk and told you all that over the weekend, and last week. Anyway. Bren, 70403, go this way. Timmy Martin, 3 for 3. Oh, Curio, yeah. Courtney, good morning. Ryan, good morning, Matt. What do you think about Kellen Moore's staff hired so far? Just kind of went through that. I think he's doing a good job so far. Samuel, good morning. Luke, Ethan Fry should be the DH. Hard to say that, Luke. Fry a year ago was incapable of hitting SEC pitching. Physically, he looks really good. He's got great power. I think it's one of those things that if it ends up being Fry and Larson DHs when you need a lefty, Fry DHs when you need a right-handed bat. That might be what they do. But again, there it is. But I need to see Fry do it against SEC teams. I mean, oh God, it's 7:45. To be continued. But we went through Fry, his numbers a year ago, and it was bad. Like, for the season, he hit 237. That's not bad. But look at what he did. I'm sorry. For the season, he hit 250. That's not bad. He hit 228 last year. Sorry. So Fry hit 228 last year. He struck out 16 times in 57 at-bats. I mean, it's roughly 1 out of every 3 at-bats. And if you actually look at his game-by-game statistics, again, I'm not trying to be hypercritical of Fry, but look, I know we've gone through this, man, but look at what happened after he had the 2 for 4 day against Florida. He went 0 for 1, 1 for 2, 0 for 4 with a strikeout, 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts, 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. That was the Arkansas series. So against Arkansas, he went 0 for 8 with 5 strikeouts against Arkansas. I mean, he didn't get a hit until the Grambling game where he went 1 for 2 with strikeout. I got to see him do it against conference play. That's got to see him do it against conference play. Okay, I got to go. Thanks so much for being here, y'all. I'm the same, man. Who would leave their phone? That's psycho talk. All right, I got to get out of here. All the sponsors linked in the description on YouTube, tagged on Facebook. Thanks for being there. Remember, enter to win $5,000 from Parrish, parrishbuilt.com. All you got to do, free obligation no roofing inspection, sign up for it. Follow us on social. You're automatically entered to win $5,000 cash. We're announcing the winner on Friday. Y'all have an awesome day. 2 Locked on LSU episodes are live. The Southern post game and today's normal episode. And we'll see you for AFR 3.